First game of the final series of the 2013 season, and we're joined by RoughRiders relief pitcher Randy Henry. And Randy, this is game number 138. Can you believe that the season ends after the game on Monday?
No, I really can't believe it. It seems like it's been a while, but then I look back at it and season's flown by pretty quick.
What will you do in the off season? What's the process for you up until spring training starting on Tuesday?
Well, I'm really ready to go home, spend some time with my family, enjoy some time with some of my friends. I'm really ready to see my dog, and I just want to relax for a little while. I'm going to be the best man in my best friend's funeral on October 19th, so I'm going to take off until then, and then after that I'm going to start back up working out and get ready to go next year.
How do you feel at this point? Arm feel healthy? You obviously had that scare earlier this year with the elbow, but it hasn't really showed that you've been anything but 100% since you came back.
Yeah, no, I feel at 100%, and I would say if anything, that little break I had there for a month has given me more energy, or it gave me a little bit of a break to be ready for right now. So I really don't feel like I skipped a beat after that.
It was kind of a freak thing there with the nerve, but is there anything that you can do to strengthen yourself to make sure you don't have a bump in the road like that next year?
I think I've altered my lifting program, and I've altered some of the rehab and some things like that I'm doing before and after I throw, and that seems to be helping a lot. So I just need to keep learning from that and keep with that program and really focus on that compared to other things.
A 0.92 ERA, 173 batting average against. The numbers are fantastic for you. When you take a look, and obviously you might have another appearance or two left in you, but when you take a look at what you've done this season, does it feel like a breakout season for you?
Yeah, it feels like a breakout season. It feels like I've actually been able to grasp a hold of everything that I've thought I could do, and I think, done it. Last year, I think I kind of had a little bit of the starting of the same thing, and then I got moved over to a starter from the bullpen. And so, when I did that and then I got hurt, then that kind of held me back for the rest of the year. So I had a little bit of a glimpse of that at the beginning of the year last year, but it really does feel nice to have a full season where I've actually been able to be consistent the whole year and stay strong throughout.
The numbers say you can't go much further up from this, the fantastic year you've had, but how do you think that you need to get better?
I think the way that I pitch, there's certain things I kind of pitch the same way to most people, and I would say there's a few things that I could do, as in throwing more changeups or throwing to another side of the plate to get people out. I've walked, 6 or 7 guys this year. I would say that anytime that if I could get that out of the way, then I would like to not walk as many people as I can. You can help yourself in many different ways. There's times where maybe that I've given up, like on an 0-2 count, I've given up a ground ball or done something where maybe I could have struck a guy out, where that might be important the further I move on in my career or something like that. There's a lot of things like that I'd like to help on, and I'd for sure like to make my changeup a lot better and more consistent.
We're here with Randy Henry. You said something that was interesting. The same way you've pitched has pretty much been the way you've gone about it. Are you saying that you didn't really have to make a whole lot of adjustments this year, that you pretty much were able to go out there and do the same thing and it kept working for you?
Yeah, really a lot of this year I've talked to Coach Andrews and a few other people about it also, and I've gone and gotten people out on the outside part of the plate to a right-hander inside on lefties, because my cutter is pretty dominant on that side of the plate. And so there's some few things I could do with working my two-seam back over the other side of the plate to keep those lefties, to keep them honest, or whether it be to do that or throw the changeup to the other side of the plate, or throw in on, my batting average is a little higher on righties, and if I could throw in on righties more, then that would make them more uncomfortable when I go back outside to the outside part of the plate. So there's just a few things like that I think would really, really help. And when you get into game situations, you're not thinking about wanting to get better at it, you're thinking about how do I get this guy out. So I think actually my last few outings, I've been working on those things while I've been pitching and going inside and doing that. So I think next year in spring training and when I'm throwing my bullpens getting ready, that'll be something I really look forward to.
You had your former teammate from last year, Nick Tepesh, in town in a much different role as a major league rehabber. Did Nick seem like the same kind of guy that was your teammate last year for Myrtle?
Yeah, he seemed like the exact same person. He was very outgoing with everybody. He was talking to everybody, doing the same thing. He stayed during the games when he didn't have to and watched the games and was paying attention and trying to help people. And he seemed like the exact same guy that I became to know last year. And last year was the first year that I'd known him, so I would say he didn't really change any at all. He's still seemed like the same guy.
Does it serve as a reminder as to how close that you and all the rest of your teammates are? That, who knows, maybe a year from now, you could be, a big league guy and giving advice to young guys as well.
Yeah, no, I think it definitely does. I think that it shows that you're only one step away, and once you get up there, I wouldn't want to ever change how I am. And I think showing that he had success while he was there and he didn't have to change anything or become a different person, I think that showed me something. And I would like to be the same type of guy he is when he gets up there and be able to help people and be kind of like be a staple, I guess, for the Rangers, is in that way when guys do get moved up, then they would be comfortable and they'd be able to do the things, because Nick Tepesch is the type of guy that you could be around, like whether he'd pitch there for 10 years or one, and it would make a clubhouse really comfortable.
So your goal for the offseason here and in spring training, would it be to make the big league roster? Would it be as high a goal as that?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully I would get a chance to do that, whether it be go to big league camp, get in big league camp invite, or whether it would just be whether I was in spring training and had to fight for that and in minor league spring training and what happened. Of course, that's what I want to do. I know that it's very capable from the position that I'm in AA, that you can definitely make the team, as shown as Nick Tepesch did. So, I mean, of course that's what I want to do. I wanted to play in the big league since I can remember.
Finally, today, the opening Saturday college football season. I know football is huge in Oklahoma. Are you much of a college football guy?
I am. Most people are Oklahoma fans, are OU fans from where I'm from, and I've grown up being closer to and rooting for Oklahoma State. So I've always been an Oklahoma State fan, and we haven't always been as good as Oklahoma. But I will definitely be watching for the Oklahoma State score today and be paying attention to the game.
Yeah, as I'm talking to you right now, I think Oklahoma State is playing Mississippi State. Have you been able to keep track of that much before batting practice?
I hadn't been able to look at it. I walked over here and was getting ready to go outside, so I'm probably going to go check at it right now.
Well, Randy, it's been a great season. Great to be around you, and obviously tremendous performance out there, but great to talk with you throughout the year. Thanks so much for all the time you've been willing to put in, and hopefully your next and last appearance is just as strong as your last few. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you.
That's Randy Henry. We're back right after this on the RoughRiders Baseball Network.